Welcome to Discovering the World of Natural Health. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. Today, January the 18th, Monday, we're into a new year. We're into new beginnings. We're into you and a lot of other people making New Year's resolutions. Make changes in our life, in our health, in our well-being. To do something different that, quote unquote, that normally improves our life, our health, our finances, our relationships. All those things come into play. Today, we're going to continue with our Body Healing Itself series that we've been doing. And I am just excited because I've got a book that was given to me for my birthday, and got several of them given for my birthday, and they all have to do with health and wellness. And what is so neat is that we've been talking and we've experienced in several weeks, we've been going the natural way. Okay, this book here, is an older book. It was written back in, go back and look, in 2005. Okay, here we are in 2021. You say, well, that's old news, and therefore it's not as impertinent as something of today's caliber. Well, what is so cool is that I've got a new book that was printed in 2019. So, and guess what? The name of the book, Food Cures. As a natural health individual and consultant with how things are done naturally, we talk about eat better, live better, and it's a matter of making choices to do that. So with that in mind today, we're going to talk about our book, Food Cures, and we're going to talk about what is happening over the years, because every year more discoveries are made for evidence that what we eat affects how we live. What we eat affects how we live. While no single food, is a miracle cure, it can be part of the answer to helping improve. And nutrition can play a role in preventing and managing any number of health conditions. And this book right here, which is so cool about, it provides information on more than 50 common health conditions and how eating certain foods can help you alleviate symptoms and maintain overall good health. Whether you're looking for foods in help heartburn, prevent heart disease, checking these things out, looking these things up, makes it really cool. With that in mind, let me just throw a little commercial in here. And you're looking here at the feet, and you're looking at all those little different things in the feet right there, right? And there are actually zones or areas on the foot that represent where the special little spot, there's a special little spot on the foot that you can do things transdermally. You can put something on there to help the body send it. It's like having your computer, and in the computer you've got all this stuff. We see it every day when we do the compass readings, and how the energy in the hand goes into the machine, goes back into the hand, and comes back, and the body says, this is a recommendation of what your body is telling me through a reading from this machine that checks on the biofeedback. And with that in mind, we're able to make decisions about, well, should I try this supplement or not try this supplement? Can it be something that can benefit me or not benefit me? All in all, life is about understanding how things work. I picked up a book today and I put it back. I was looking at it, and it was a book talking about how the chemistry of our body, the electrolytes, how they work, and how they go about making things change in our lives so we can have a better quality of life. I just wasn't ready for that heavy information today because I was already, folks, I was excited since Saturday. I've been excited since Saturday on birthday that I got the book Food Cures. That's just so cool. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about an introduction. We're going to talk about flu and how foods can be instrumental in having us, when we are encountering the negativity of something like the flu, it can have different intensities of how well some people don't have any symptoms so much. Other people feel like you got to be in the hospital and be on a respirator, otherwise they're not going to stay here. So there's different degrees of everything going on. So if I can share something with you to help you understand that there may be things that I should do to help me in my encounter with the world and all the things that happens with the population we're in tune with, and then things that we don't know, man-made, not man-made, the flu, the pandemic. All I'm trying to do is let you know there are things we can do to feel safe. Because everything that has just plain long fear in it, it just makes it tough. Because the fear is going to cause depression. And then that's another whole thing we can talk about on our broadcast here. But the cheap foot pads, that's what I was holding up a minute ago, the cheap foot pads. The way to really do these to get the most benefit, there are 10 pads in the box and one for each foot for 5 days. Do that 5 days on, 2 days off. Open up your second box. 5 days on, 2 days off. Open up your third box. 5 days on, 2 days off. 3 weeks in a row. Help the body to use what's in the vinegar concoction. That's just, there's more scientific words, okay? But people have a tendency to think that when you start talking about remedies and herbs and things of that nature. But in here, you have what it takes for the body to use to detox, to pull from the foot the stressors or toxins, whatever it may be that is negative, then the body can use in the pad, suck it up, suck it out, and let the body kind of cleanse itself by giving it the right stuff to work with. So check out the cheap pads at Remedies This Naturally, 1140 Benvenue Road, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. So just wanted to make sure you're aware of that is for you. Let's talk about, let me go in here and get to the introduction of my book. And this is super. I think, I don't know if you can see this or not, I got it right there. If just look, get an idea anyway of all the different little foods right there. You can see avocado, and you can see apple, peas, sprouts, there's asparagus, Brussels sprouts. There's just a plain long grouping to take a picture of, put in the book, so it can say to you, when you get this book and you take it and you see food cures, then what is it that I'm doing? Why is it working? And what's my benefit from paying attention to what I eat or don't eat? Good question, right? Many of the most health problems we face today, from annoying problems. Now, they're referring to annoying problems. One, they can use constipation, to more serious conditions such as heart disease, are linked to what we eat. Within the last several decades, the focus of research into possible links between nutrition and health has expanded. Nutrition and health has expanded. It now includes not only the potential dangers of eating certain foods or too much of a certain food, but also the natural healing and protective powers that some foods possess. Hippocrates, let food be your medicine, let your medicine be your food. It has a place. It has a place in your life and my life that God's pharmacy, the one that created you and I to be who we are in humans, bodies, to be able to know that it's actually important, pertinent, that we know what's going on in our life and our health and do it naturally. That's not to say food alone can cure disease or take the place of medical treatment. It is, however, here's a comment you need to know. It's becoming increasingly evident that food has disease-fighting potential. Food has disease-fighting potential. Translation of that, what I mean by that? You have the power to choose foods that may help prevent and treat a host of today's most common maladies. We can make choices. We can look into it. We can say, I can be the one to look into myself, into my body right here today, 18th of January, 2021. Because here's the deal. Here's why I get excited. And folks, I've been doing this a little while. I've been involved in this for a while. And the more research, the more proof you and I have, eating well and good health are connected and intertwined together. It really are. Eating right can't prevent or cure every illness. You say, well, I did so-and-so. I don't do this. I don't drink alcohol. Why is my liver enzymes up? What else can do negative to your body the same as alcohol would do? What is it that you're putting in your body? What are you smelling? What are you feeling? What are you digesting mentally? It's all there to take care. You know, it can't prevent or cure all illnesses, but, that big word, 3-letter but, eating nutrient-dense foods that give us the vitamins and minerals we need is necessary for good long-term health. We can get by with taking the what we call and refer to as junk food, and you can get off of your natural, nutritional product and eat something bad one day, or splurge on your birthday, splurge on somebody else's birthday. You know, we can, more than that, a number of chronic conditions, including certain foods in our diet, or the other thing, excluding certain foods in our diet, can help soothe symptoms, forestall further health problems, and even reverse the progression of the disease. By giving the body what it needs, it can get rid of the trash. You know, one of the things that it's an everyday topic with us that needs to be an everyday event with us, and that is elimination of our bowels, of our urinary system, and getting the crap out that's holding the toxins and poisons. The body said, you stuck it in the mouth, I chewed it up, swallowed it, I'm going to take and enjoy, and my body's going to thank me for giving me this particular food, vitamin, supplement, herb, and my body says, thank you. I can use that to help you have a better quality of life, because the ingredients are designed for that specific part of our body. You know, as we discuss this stuff, you know, you and I will find out about how foods interact. You know, you can find out, and there's multiple. This particular one book talks about 50 different conditions, health conditions, that can make a difference. Give you an idea. Some like colds, upset stomach, you know, they're usually short-term problems. What you eat during the time you're having the stomach upset, or you're having a cold, sniffles, can help you ride out the unpleasant and provide fast relief for symptoms. I did something today. I got hold of, I gotta show you this. This one got me. This is something that I was gonna try. It's a toasty mole, dark chocolate. It's got the CBD oil in it, and and I didn't pay attention right up here in this little corner. If any of you know, that's a cayenne pepper. Well, I just took this, bite off it, stuck it in the mouth, started chewing on it, and getting the benefit from the chocolate and the CBD. All of a sudden, my mouth is warming up, because the cayenne pepper in there is part of helping the circulation of these ingredients in this bar, CBD oil, get to where it needs to go, and heats it up, makes it happen faster. Well, I was saying I wasn't ready for that, because all of a sudden, what's happening now? I'm eating cayenne. I started draining in the sinus area. I started feeling the flushing of my face, and the body's circulation is improving because of the particular food I am putting in my mouth and enjoying. I experienced it, I liked it, I kept my beverage handy, and actually, when something is hot like that, taking a beverage is not the best thing in the world. A slice of bread, something like that, then it can help to absorb, because the cayenne pepper just floats on water. So, important. Long-term choices are critical to our management of disease. And you notice, and now just think about this for a moment. We're talking about how many deaths there have been because of the pandemic. But we're also being made aware that the people that are dying have another ailment, that when the pandemic comes in, it puts more stress on our immune system, our body, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, everywhere possible. And that with the pandemic, the two get together, and then we end up with death. It is not the ultimate cause, but it is the stressor that put us to our limit, that the body just had to say, I can't handle it anymore, and we die. So, you may be surprised by how much what you eat affects seamlessly unrelated health problems. We understand intuitively how our diet can be used to treat symptoms of gallbladder disease or an irritable bowel syndrome. And that's why I was talking about the poopy fairy's got a visit. For example, but not immediately, see a link between our diet and Alzheimer's disease or depression or anxiety. Nonetheless, our food choices affect the health of our entire body, from our brain down to our feet. And that's why I tell you, I like the cheap pads, because I'm working with down to my feet. Nonetheless, our food choices affect our health of the entire body, brain to feet. You know, as we study and as we learn and as you and I get into a conversation of what this is doing for us or how we can help with this, what we're looking for and what I'm trying to get across to you is something that has weight to it. It is concrete suggestions for specific foods that address specific conditions, along with recommendations for which vitamins and minerals you need more of. You know, what is it that I need more of? What is it I need less of? And I take time to discover and question my physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health and look for answers. What can I do better? Well, you know, okay, what about the best diet? What is the best diet? What is it that I need or don't need? We're always seeing things about this is what you need to lose weight. This is what you need to be energetic. This is what you can take. We often wonder what to eat to maintain our optimal health. At our age, what is it that I can do? And please consider, what is it that I must not do or challenge myself to get out of my diet? To some extent, you know, you got to answer these questions personally. you're different. Your body's different. The best diet for you will be the one that gives you the most energy and makes you feel the best. Yes. Gotta feel better. I mean, there's times with some of this cleansing and detoxifying, we may feel worse before we feel better. It doesn't have to be. We can do things in a protocol that is beneficial and not harmful. You know, people come in and they ask me, and I do take a superfood. There are foods that are superb in what it can do for me. You know, a lot of stuff, you watch the commercials, the infomercials and stuff, it's overhyped. You know, foods are beneficial, but I don't really call them a miracle food. I call them a beneficial food for the body to put and send where it needs to send. But, you know, we can take yogurt, we can take berries, we like the salmon, fish, dark leafy foods, greens and beans and legumes. And they're all packed with nutrients and offer a variety of health benefits. And that's basically what I do when I take a quote-unquote superfood. It is a blend of alfalfa, wheatgrass, barley grass, you know, and seaweed, a whole bunch of different things. It's in there. And micronutrients, the smallest nutrients, may be what we're missing. Because if you think about it, how much of a variation do you do on your daily food intake? I can give you a typical person coming in speaking with me as we work to make suggestions and helpful understanding of what the body's asking for. Basically, breakfast ends up being a cup of coffee and some sweet like a donut or Danish. Breakfast, not breakfast, but break at work ends up being nab and a soft drink or a moon pie and RC cola. You know, that's what it was growing up with me. And then afternoon stack, maybe a pack of nabs, maybe another soft drink or Coke, Pepsi, whatever it may be, some carbonated beverage. And then dinner, what's it going to be? Pick up something at the fast food place. And so if we're doing those things, we're missing out on what each meal should be heavy on vegetables, fruits, and grains. That is what we know we should be doing. Are we doing it? No, we're not. We're just doing what's convenient. Eat an array of vegetables and different colored vegetables. For green leafy vegetables, the darker the green, the more nutrients that are available. And one of the things that can help, and people are complaining about the cost of red meat and the other red meat, they should actually be sparing. They should not be the main course of our diet. And fish, a few times a week, but make sure we get it where it's not contaminated by the mercury and the things that we have done to contaminate our waterways, so the fish that come to us have it in their meat already, that we eat it and we get it because they have been eating on that toxin and poison stuff. Fatty fish like salmon and tuna carry an array of healthy benefits. Even we should consider that every so often we hear that a new superfood, many are overhyped, no single food or miracle food. You know, we need to remember to put in the green leafy vegetables and get things that have multi-nutrients for us. The role of the multivitamin. And because of what we talked about a few minutes ago and what our typical diet is, we don't get any multiple vitamins, and we need to pick up one that's there. We need to make sure the food we're eating is digested, assimilated for our benefit. Getting enough of essential nutrients is a good start on the road to healthy immune system. And generally, eating a well-balanced diet will get you on that road, but you may be thinking about taking a multivitamin to help fill the gap. Are you worth it? And what should you look for? Most nutrients or nutrition experts would tell you to get the majority of your vitamins from food, mostly because there are other good for you compounds in food that is specifically vitamin not offered. Take a multivitamin, use it as a helper to get back and get you on the tune and singing the song, I am in my greens now. And if you decide to start taking a multivitamin, look for a vitamin-mineral combination. You need vitamins and minerals to enhance your immune system, so be sure the product you choose has all you need. Don't use products that have more than 100% of the recommended daily allowance or daily nutrients. You should be able to get them. If you are not doing what you need to be doing and taking care of yourself and you're eating junk food, you're going to need a vitamin. And I like this quote-unquote superfood. I like being able to put that in my smoothie, and it's one quick way to have a meal replacement for me. Make sure your multivitamin meets your needs. If you need to get your immune system boosted, you need to look for multivitamins that have E, C, B6, and zinc. Now, I'm going to repeat those because these are what are being taught in this time of pandemic, of being able to help people have the nourishment it needs for them to be able to go through these challenges of sickness that is happening. So you're looking for vitamin E, vitamin C, B6, and zinc. And you can remember this by think about cards. There are 4 aces. And think about the aces and what are available for each letter of that. A, C, E, S, aces. And that S is selenium. Check the expiration date and make sure it's in date. Don't take, do what you need to take, but you need to do some supplementation. When it comes to getting healing medicine in an easy to swallow package, Mother Nature has truly outdone science. Fortunately, science is catching up and gradually uncovering the many ways that food, especially food in the natural state, appears to be helping the body heal and protect itself. Within the looking and checking and observing, you can take and put your newly discovered information where you can take and you can have it to benefit you and your well-being. So that's important. We spent quite a bit of the program on this, about half of it so far, on talking about you and talking about introduction, talking about multivitamins, talking about food. And here again, we go back to the father of medicine and wellness and doctors, Socrates. And we have gotten away from it, and we have said that we have a medicine, a magic pill that can take care of things. But what is the real situation we need to consider is that by taking a pharmaceutical grade medicine, remember the potency of that medicine is so much more stronger and potent than a leaf or a seed or a plant. And you are really putting it to the body and zapping it. And we keep on doing this, and then after a while, the body builds an immune system against the medication that was working so well to start with. We end up overusing it, and we end up in a problem. So if we can take and understand that if we are in the natural realm of plants, and that we know they will not have the instant curative effect that a plant will have. The drug is going to slap it to you, because we don't like to be sick. We don't like to not be well. But we got to take time for our body to do what it needs to do nutritionally, plant-based, at the time it can take it. That's important, that it will do and work for us. With that in mind, we need to go over to flu, influenza, and we need to talk about it for the 20 minutes we have left. Boo-hoo if you've got the flu. Unlike the common cold, which causes a stuffy nose, sore throat, and sneezing, the flu is a viral infection that strikes the entire body with a vengeance. The misery starts suddenly with chills and fever and spirals into more unpleasant symptoms that will take you out of commission. A sore throat, dry throat, stuffy or runny nose, headache, nausea, vomiting, severe muscle aches and pains, weakness, backaches, loss of appetite. Some of the people even experience pain and sniffles and pain and stiffness in the joints. So this stuff can knock us for a loop. It can be a real pain. The worst of your symptoms will last about 3 to 4 days, but others, such as cough and fatigue, can linger for weeks. And a bout with the flu can deliver a double whammy if you develop a secondary infection, such as ear or sinus infection or bronchitis, even pneumonia, or even a complication and a potential serious one of the influenza. Flu viruses, it's like clockwork in the United States. Every year, they begin to show up in the October and exits in April. Peak of the season is December and January. And the thing is, we haven't had much talk about flu. Everything's been pandemic. And so the things that normally happen may get incorporated with what's going on and is the big boy and needs to be dealt with. Flu is a highly contagious illness spread by droplets from the respiratory tract of an infected person. These can be airborne, even as those released from a person's cough and sneezes, or they can be transferred via an infected person's hand. So, instead of shaking. Take a yearly flu shot can help. These flu shots recommended for our senior citizens, people with compromised, had to work on that one, immune system, or people with asthma. You just have to understand and realize that the flu shot doesn't give 100% protection, but they will significantly increase your chances of avoiding it. So you make the choice what you need to do and how it fits into your world. If you do get the flu, there are kitchen remedies to help ease your suffering. And that's what we're going to talk about. How can I ease my suffering with the flu by dealing with good old kitchen remedies? Number one, kitchen remedy is a broth. Canned broth, whether it's beef, chicken, or vegetable, will keep you hydrated and help liquefy any mucus secretions. Broth is easy to keep down, even when you have no appetite, and will provide at least some nutrition. That's what's important. And we talk about the good old chicken noodle soup. Keep you hydrated, give you what you need to get you going. The other thing would be honey. A hacking cough can keep you and everyone in the household member up all night. Keep the piece of hacking cough with honey. Honey has long been used in traditional medicine for coughs. It's a simple recipe. Mix 1 tablespoon of honey. Oh, I forgot to tell you, get your pencil and paper. Mix 1 tablespoon of honey into 1 cup of water. Stir well and enjoy. Honey acts as a natural expectorant, promoting the flow of mucus. Squeeze some honey in if you want a little tartness. You got your honey, and I do like it with the honey and lemon. That just seems to work quicker and faster. And basically what you got your cup, you get your water, and I like taking and putting my ingredients in there and pouring the boiling water over top of them. And lemon is powerful, folks. Very powerful. Any kind of juice will do. Just drink lots of juice, both to keep yourself hydrated and give yourself extra vitamins. And think about the citrus always being heavy in the vitamin C. And lemon, I love my lemon. You may get some lemon and you bite it, whatever, and it causes you to pucker up, but that's okay. It says, but a hot beverage lemon will have you smiling. Hot lemonade has been used in a flu remedy since Roman times and is still highly regarded as folks' tradition. This is folk tradition. It is very well known in New England. Lemons being highly acidic, and being acidic, that puckering taste that's coming, what does that mean? Helps make mucous membrane distasteful to bacteria and viruses. So what you're doing, you're making something that is harmful to you be taken care of, and the lemon oil, which gives the juice its fragrance, is like a wonder drug containing antibacterial. Now listen to me about the lemon. So whether you want to get it from the grocery store, whether you want to get a lemon oil you can take and have in your pocketbook, shirt pocket, whatever it may be. But lemon oil gives the juice its fragrance. It's like a wonder drug containing, listen carefully, it contains antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-inflammatory constituents. That's just something simple as lemon. The oil also acts as an expectorant to make this flu-fighting fruit drink. Place 1 chopped lemon, and I do skin and pulp, into a cup of boiling water. And actually, I put it in the cup, pour the boiling water over it. While the lemon steeps for about 5 minutes, and what's happening then, inhale the steam. And then what you're doing, okay, let's pretend, got my cup, and then I've got my lemon in it. I've got my in there, and honey. I put honey in mine as well. But this is talking about just lemon. Put the lemon in, pour the hot water over, and then take it, and you can do this. Cup it. Smell it. Now, some people will do something a little bit more elaborate. I think I just did good enough. But they'll take this, and they'll put it over the head, and they'll take that and put it around this and just try to veil it. Oh, they said they want to see me disappear. Okay, here you go. All right, just put it over there and inhale it. Let the body get what it needs so it can heal itself. So, but think a minute. Think about it this, real careful. And there are other things that doesn't have as much reputation as lemon does, but you can also use lime and grapefruit. You know, the citrus things are really wonderful. But when we talk about flu, what are we talking about? Are any of these things that this wonder drug, lemon, because if you're using it for healing, it's a drug at the time you're using it, the oil itself acts as an expectorant. To make this flu-fighting fruit drink, place 1 chopped onion, skin and pulp and all in a cup of boiling water. While the lemon steeps for 5 minutes, enjoy the steam coming from the cup. Just be careful, don't put it and burn your nose or nothing while you're doing it. And you can strain, add honey to taste, and drink your hot lemonade 3 to 4 times a day throughout your illness. But I want to go back, and I want you to listen to the terminology that a natural citrus fruit can do, and it's not a man-made pharmaceutical. It will. It's containing antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-inflammatory consistency. Understand that. It has all those qualities. All right, pepper is an irritant. Try sniffing some. Yet this annoying characteristic is a plus for those suffering from coughs with thick mucus. The irritating property of pepper stimulates circulation and a flow of mucus. Place 1 teaspoon black pepper into a cup and sweeten things up with additional 1 tablespoon of honey. Fill with boiling water. Let steep 10 to 15 minutes. Stir and sip. So we talked about honey, talked about lemon, talked about black pepper. I hadn't even thought about black pepper. I like black pepper. So it's important to have these things for our health and our healing. Excuse me. So we talked about colds and flu. And then, excuse me, another book. This is my most recent one. I got the ones for my birthday, then I got another one, the Doctor's Book of Food Remedies, and the discovery of power of food to cure and prevent health problems, from aging and diabetes to ulcers and yeast infection. We're trying to make it happen this way, and the thought pattern is what's going on with your distancing, or your mask, all these things. The only way to avoid colds and flu entirely would be to become a hermit, living far from the sneezes of coworkers, the runny noses of children, and the cough of strangers in city streets. Since secluding yourself on a desert island won't pay the bills, however, one of the strange strategies is to eat all the immune-boosting foods you can find. As it turns out, there are plenty to choose from. Research has found that some of the foods we eat every day contain powerful compounds that can help stop viruses from taking hold. Even when you're already sick, choosing the right foods will ease the discomfort and possible help you get better more quickly. Colds and flu get their starts when just a few viruses slip into our system. Once they're inside, they immediately set to work and make more viruses. If your immune system doesn't stop them early on, they multiply to erroneous numbers and then start feeling sick. One way to stop this microbial invasion is to eat more fruits and vegetables. These foods contain a variety of substances that strengthen the immune system. Taking it better enables us to destroy viruses before we become sick. Research has shown, for example, that many fruits and vegetables contains compound called glutathione, which stimulates the immune system to release large numbers of macrophages, specializing cells that seize viruses and mark them for destruction. Avocados, watermelons, asparagus, winter squash, and grapefruit are all rich in glutathione. Okra, oranges, tomatoes, potatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, cantaloupe, strawberries, and peaches are all good sources. Another powerful compound in many fruits and vegetables is vitamin C. Doctors have been debating for years whether vitamin C can help prevent colds. And folks, they're still debating. When you're already sick, however, getting extra vitamin C in your diet has been proven to relieve cold symptoms and help you get better quicker. Vitamin C lowers your histamine, a defensive chemical released by the immune system that is responsible for causing stuffiness and other colds and flu symptoms. At the same time, vitamin C appears to strengthen the white blood cells, which are essential for fighting infection. After reviewing 21 scientific studies back in 1971, researchers at the University of Helsinki in Switzerland concluded that getting 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day can reduce your cold symptoms and shorten the duration of the illness by 23%. Remember, Linus Pauling did all that research. Of course, you'd have to eat a lot of oranges, broccoli, and other foods for that, or you can get a vitamin C. A better strategy from drinking that as an association is that you will find that vitamin C in capsules, chewables, all of those things are really good for us. And hot soups is important. I want to make sure I'll get everything here in the last minute. And garlic, very important with your vitamin C, your zinc, and spicy foods are very important. Folks, what we're trying to do is give you an opportunity to know that you can be your own doctor in the sense of knowing that you can do certain things that will help you have a better quality of life naturally and will be something to benefit us. I trust that us doing this series on the natural way, the food cures, the food remedies, all of these will get you to thinking that God has a plan for us, that from the beginning, when He created Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, they had everything they needed to keep them well and not be sick. Choose God's way for the health way to be having what we need, healthy and whole, the natural way. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. God bless you, and may good health be yours. Stay well naturally.